I'm Susan. This first project, I'm taking this pumpkin and gourd, and I am going to give it a good coat of Waverly chalk paint in white. I'm trying to go for that ceramic feel for the pumpkin and gourd, and I just want to give it a good coat of white, and then I'm going to do some dry brushing and painting. It took 2 coats, and I just dried in between each coat with my hair dryer. I really love the shapes of the gourd and pumpkin. The short squatty of the pumpkin and the crook neck of the gourd, and I just feel it's unique. Here I'm just dry brushing the little indentions of the pumpkin with the truffle color, and I'll do the same with the gourd. Now I'm using the celery color, and I'm just gonna, at the top, just dab green and let it kind of splotch all around. I'm not doing a full coverage, just kind of giving it that little interest. Now I'm using the Waverly clear wax, and I'm just going to brush it all over and let it dry. I'm trying to go for that glossy ceramic look. Today's challenge is hosted by Heidi Sonboul DIY. Heidi is such a talented lady, and she's really good about giving new YouTubers a chance to be seen. I will have her channel listed in the description box down below, and please go check her out. You will not be disappointed. Also, check out the playlist. There are so many talented people that'll be on it, and you will love what they do. It will also be listed in my description box down below. My second project, I'm making a sign, and I just cut out foam core board to fit this frame that I've had for many years. I painted this frame in Waverly chalk paint white and just gave it a good coat all over. Once it dried, I used the chalk paint, Waverly chalk paint mineral, and I just did a dry brush all the way around the frame just to give the frame some interest. And once that dried, I took some more of the Waverly clear coat and went over the frame just to give it a little bit of a gloss. I used my Cricut and I made stencils, and I have to say this sign was a labor of love because these stencils were something else. I have not had problems with stencils like this before. I don't know if it's because it was the clear, it was very sticky, and I kind of struggled with it, but I eventually persevered. This sign really gave me fits. I split up my wording. I tried to do it all in one sheet, and it was just sticking on itself and everything. So I did it in 3 separate sections, and I am finally, looks like I've got it done well, until I realized I had done 2 of the same sayings. So I had to pull it off and paint over it and get the right one, right saying. Oh, the life of a crafter. Now the top part of the wording I did in the mineral, and then in the cursive part I used this Waverly chalk paint and truffle, and I really love the look that it gave. And here comes the fun part, and I guess it is worth the aggravation I went through, because I really love how the sign turned out. And once I got the stencil off of my sign, I found this pretty leaf picture, I believe on the Graphics Fairy, and I made 2 copies. Now this technique I learned from Mom Das Life Handmade. She showed how whenever you want to decoupage something and kind of have it blend, you would wet around the image with water so that you can tear it. So when I wet it, I set it aside to do the other one so that it'd have time to soak, and I just pulled it right apart, and it just gives that little frayed edge. So I decided where I wanted these leaves to be on my sign, and then I just put some Mod Podge on the back of them, and then put it on the sign, and then put Mod Podge over the top. Now I'm just putting a little bit of a clear coat over the top, and I also went back and did a little bit of dry brushing over the leaves just to make it blend in more with my sign. But I didn't do a full coverage of the clear coat. I just did a little bit and then kind of wiped it down just to give it that sheen. Here's my finished projects. I love my pumpkins and I love my sign. Even my husband loved my sign. I just think it turned out so pretty. It's kind of got that vintage feel. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you hadn't. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. And I want to thank Heidi again for hosting this. So until next time, bye.